All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well, who I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to the men, women, and children who sincerely believe on the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And today, just basically getting on about all the hell that's going to break loose, man. And how it's going to be some people that's going to be fulfilling the light of being destroyed, but it have to be somebody that's going to have to fulfill that light of being saved, man. And we're hoping that we're a part of that light of being preserved in the dangerous times that we're coming in, man. Because, matter of fact, let's go ahead and start off that with Ezekiel 7, because nothing but evil and only evil is finna get ready to come upon the shores of America, man. It's already happening across the world, man, but it's going to creep up on you Americans, man, especially these Israelite Americans, man. You know, let's start off right here in Ezekiel 7. Ezekiel 7, and I'm going to start at verse 3, because once you read that, this is actually talking about the nation of Israel, you know. But you can also apply it into the evil times that's going on today. This is Ezekiel 7, verse 3. It says, "Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee." Now, how's the Lord is going to send his anger upon you? Through the famine, through the sword, through death and destruction. You know? It says, "And will judge thee according to thy ways, and recompense." It's like it will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. So Yahweh Shema Shai saying everything you sold, that's what you're gonna reap back, man. If you've been just a blunt rolling and smoking nigga, you're gonna get that back, man. But if you've been a man that have been putting your life, you know, putting all your energy into Yahweh Shema Shai, you're gonna get salvation back. You know, let's go ahead and continue on. It says, "In mine I shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord." Because in the times that will come in, you're going to know that it's Yahweh Shema Shai who sent these plagues, man. You're going to know that Yahweh Shema Shai is the one that sent this destruction, man. It's not no good. It's not going to be like no coincidence, man. It's going to be divine things that's going to happen that you're going to know that a divine power is in control of all this, man. Verse 5, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is coming." That's what's coming upon the shores of America, man. Evil and only evil, bad times is coming upon this place, you know? Continuing on, "An end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come." So the end times that we're living in right now is here, man. You know, it's not going down later on. No, it's right here and right now, man. We can see the crumbling of America, man. We can see things are getting set up for the prophecies, man. It's called, an alley hoop dunk. You know, they throw it up in the air, and it's about time for somebody to dunk it, man. We can see these devils throwing up these mandates, these different draconian systems, man. We can see these devils getting ready to come down like a flood upon the children of Israel, man. We can see the famine, this man-made famine coming ahead, man. You know, we can see all these evils coming, but the only thing that you can do, and the best thing that you can do, is trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. Let's go ahead and start off with this in Psalms 46, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "The Most High is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble." And that's what Yahweh Shema Shai is. He's in help in the midst of trouble, man. And that day, your combat skills is not going to fight off a mechanical dog, man. And that day, your 40 or your ammo is not going to stop these UN troops, for lack of better words, man, or these Gurkha troops, you know. So you're going to have Yahweh Shema Shai that day. But ultimately, you're going to have that mark right here in Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. It says, "And the Lord said unto them, Go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." Now again, what set those men apart from the other men in the midst of Jerusalem is, guess what? These men is not with the things that's going on here today, man. For lack of better words, seeing a bundles of sticks This week at camp, man, we seen the UN of moles, man. They had a variety of moles hanging out together, man. They was laughing and lost, man. That should get you heated, for lack of better words, man. To see guys like that looking at you as a laughing stock, man, or guys like that have more respect than you in this society, man. Because in this society, trans, the LGBT is celebrated, man. They're the most highly respected people upon the planet Earth. But if you try to be a real man, then you're a bad guy. That's why we're signing crime, man. You can go all day. Why the Lord should destroy this place, man? Because it's totally ass backwards, man. But just going back, the Lord set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sign crime, man. That prophesy against Mount Seir. Now, real quick, let's look up that word mark. There were mark. It says desire mark, and again, you should desire to have the mark of Yahweh Shema Shai. Why? Because it's a mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. So basically, for lack of better words, when all hell break loose, the Lord, He's gonna pass over you. Let's go right here in the book of Exodus. This is the book of Exodus 12, and I'm gonna start at verse. Exodus 12, and I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night. Now, again, America is nothing but Egypt all over again, because Egypt represents bondage. It says, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. So back then, in that time, the Lord, He was going to get ready to basically get down upon the people, man. But let's continue on. It says, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, when I see that mark, and again, that mark of that blood today is talking about the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But because in order for us to get this truth, Yahweh Shai had to shed His blood, man. If Yahweh Shai had never shed His blood, we would still be niggas in the world, man. Let's read this again. It says, in the blood, and again, that blood is who? The blood of Yahweh Shai, man. And again, in order for us to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the Lord had to shed His blood. But again, this blood is going to end up leading unto us being preserved, man. This wisdom that the Lord have given unto us is going to lead to us being preserved from the dangerous times that's coming ahead. Let's go right here to the book of Proverbs 2, and I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, when wisdom enters into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, knowledge shall preserve thee. It's like discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. So us knowing and understanding what's going on, we're going to be able to be preserved in the times that's going ahead. For lack of better words, if you see a damn train coming down the street, heading straight towards you, you're going to try to step out the way because you can see what's going on here. And that's the same thing that happened back then in the time of Egypt, man. They can see that the Lord's going to get ready to get down, and they did the thing that they basically put the blood on their doorposts to be preserved, man. We're doing that same thing today, man. We can see that the Lord's going to get ready to get down, and we're putting the blood on our doorposts today spiritually in our minds today, so we can be preserved from the dangerous things that's going to come ahead, man. Because again, the things that's going to come down the pipe is bigger than this and that. It's going to be things that you've never seen before, man. And the only thing that's going to keep you stable in that day is Yahweh Shema Shai. Let's go ahead and read this again. It says, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. Yeah, when I see that mark, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. So guess what? The Lord, He was going to smite everybody else. But the guys that had the blood on their doorposts, or the guys that had the wah, that mark that was exempt from judgment, then guess what? The Lord, He's going to pass over you, man. Not meaning that it's going to be a cakewalk, because we know on Acts 14:22, through much tribulation, we shall enter to the kingdom of heaven. But like the scriptures say, the elect shall scarcely be saved, man. So let's go ahead and go back into that Ezekiel 9:4, man. Going back into Ezekiel 9. Esau playing. Going back to Ezekiel 9 and verse 4, and right here, that's the spirit. Look at the title of it. The vision of slaughter. Because that's what the Lord is finna get ready to do. He's finna get ready to slaughter the people upon the planet Earth. But he's going to start off with the nation of Israel because you're supposed to know that. Going back again, Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So we're prophesying against this place. We're not with it. Continuing on into the others. So everybody who else is with it, everybody who's dwelling in the world. And to the others, he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have pity. Because again, it's not going to be like the Lord is going to hold back. No, the Lord, he's finna get ready to pour out his indignation, man. He's finna get ready to pour out his hot displeasure, man. And when we get judged, we ask the Lord not to judge us with his hot displeasure. Because once he judges with his hot displeasure, you're basically going to get put to death, man, in a creative way. You know? Let's go ahead and continue on. Slay early, old and young, both maids and little children. And women. So he's not going to have, just because you a girl, or just because, you blind, or just because you a baby. And you could be all through that and one. The Lord, he's not going to have pity upon that. Because the Lord, he's been ready to push forth mass judgment upon the planet Earth. Because a lot of people forgot about Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. But you're going to get ready to remember him by his judgments. That's how he's known. Let's go ahead and get that, man. This is the book of Psalms 9 and 16, because a lot of people in this world have forgot about the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. They have forgot how he got that fame amongst Egypt, man. He didn't get the fame amongst Egypt because he was a good basketball player. No, he got fame amongst Egypt because he had a high body count, man, of destroying niggas, man. This is the book of Psalms 9 and 16. It says, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands, hear ye on Salah. So the Lord, he's known by the judgment that he executed, man. When 1 million people die, you can't say, you gotta say, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua did that. I pray that the Lord don't kill me, man. So let's go back to Ezekiel 9 and 6. It says, slay early, old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. So, Lord, he's going to be smiting people around us. It could be your family members, your baby mama, your son, your daughter, your auntie, your mama, your brother, your sister, anybody, man. But the Lord said, come not. It says, come not upon that man who have that mark, man. But it says, begin at my sanctuary, the people that know they're Israelites. Then they begin at the ancient men, which are before the house. So again, the Lord, he's finna get ready to judge our people, man. He's finna get ready to get down upon the nation of Israel. And why? Because you're worshiping other gods, or you're trusting in Esau rather than trusting in him, or you're trusting in fleshly things. Because you can subconsciously trust in Esau. If you trust in the paycheck, you're trusting in Esau, man. Even though you might work for a black guy, you still trusting in Esau FRNs, man. But again, the Lord, he's finna get ready to start chopping people down left and right. But for lack of better words, it's not going to touch those men who have that mark of exemption. Psalms 91 and verse 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand. So there's going to be people that's going to be dying around us. Matter of fact, let's look up that word fall. Just out of curiosity, man. Because it says, 1,000 shall fall by thy side, man. You might see somebody get shot down right in front of you, man. Yep, right here. It says to fall of violent death, man. Because again, it's going to be creative ways how Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to get ready to put people to death, man. He's going to start putting people to death with the sword. Whether it be Esau, the Gertrude's kicking in your door, shooting you down. He can put you to death by the famine, the lack of food and bread. Or he can put you to death by the beast of the field, man. A pack of squirrels come and eat you up, man. So that's what it means by 1,000 shall fall by thy side. We're going to be actually seeing these violent deaths, man. And a lot of them probably going to be scoffers and scorners, people that walk by the camera, people that scoffed at you. They see you at camp, they laugh you to scorn. We're going to actually have the reward to see the Lord judging guys in front of our faces, man. And in 9 times out of 10, we're going to say, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shah for judging that nigga. But we're also going to be like, hey, Yahweh Shema Shah, please preserve me, man. Because it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord, man. Let's go ahead and finish it off in Psalms 91 again. Psalms 91 in verse 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy right hand, at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. So those violent deaths is not going to come to us. If a brother do got the, taste death or whatever, guess what? It might just be a guillotine, quick, just like that, man. But these jakes and these niggas, they're going to actually have torturous deaths, man. Niggas going to start dying from colon cancer because you ate your damn, you're going to have a form of mad cow disease because you ate your little girl, It's gonna get wicked out here, for lack of better words. But it's gonna be the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah who's gonna be judging these people. Verse 8: only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Yes, we're gonna see the reward of the wicked by people getting put to death. We're ultimately gonna see the reward of the wicked when, Lord, when we be a part of that number, we'd be on those chariots looking down and seeing America being burnt, man. But just going back, it's going to be a certain amount of people. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to die, but it's going to be a small remnant of people that's going to be saved from the destruction that come at hand. And it's not going to be no random thing. It's going to be predestinated, man. For lack of better words, once you come into a club, they say, yes, your name on the list. Your name is going to have to be on the list to come inside that sanctuary. Let's go ahead and jump up real quick before I end it off. Psalms 91 verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So you basically dwelling in this truth, dwelling in this realm of Yahweh Shai is actually going to lead unto you being preserved. It's actually going to lead into your salvation. Verse 2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In him will I trust. So the Lord, he is our protection, man. So in the times that we're coming in, even though it's going to be harsh times, and even though, you're going to have to use wisdom and the things you learn from the scriptures to, you're going to have to put it into action, it's still going to be Yahweh Shema Shai that's going to be preserve you and stepping you through every step that you go through, man. That's why it says, it is the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my protection. In him will I trust. He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Yes, those missiles, man. Because no brother don't want to get hit with those ICBM nuclear missiles. But Jake don't even know that they're coming, man. So you're going to get caught with your pants down. Verse 4, it says, he shall cover thee with the feathers of thy, and he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. Yes, you're going to trust Yahweh Shai, man. And his truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall be thy shield and thy buckler, man. Just going back into that Proverbs 2. It says, understanding shall preserve thee, and discretion shall keep thee, man. So us having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to preserve us from the dangerous times to come ahead. Because again, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, it's going to come in many forms, man. There's going to be a famine of the word. It's actually going to be a literal famine of food, man. It's going to be a sword Esau down and shoot you down, but it's also going to be a sword of Esau shooting needles, man. So yeah, I can just a quick little video. I pray it was edifying. I want to say, call Allah Yimlah, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodah, Shalom PTA, and the Baba.